G'day fellas, welcome to another casted game with the legend Mashed Potato 72. Now you guys might remember Mashed Potato 72 from a game that we casted not too long ago called The Most Annoying Strategy Ever. And anyway, Mashed Potato 72 is now back with another strategy. I don't know if we'd call this one the most annoying strategy ever, but nonetheless, there were a couple of guys in the comments saying that they'd like to see more from Mashed Potato 72. So here we go. Now, Mashed Potato 72 has sent me this replay. They said that they were out of the game for a while, but they've only recently come back now that the United States has been added. So they had a couple of stuff going on in their life, so good to have them back. Let's get to it. So we've got Mashed Potato 72 playing on Spain, and he's up against the Brits. So for anybody who knows much about this matchup, it is a very, very difficult matchup for Spain to win this. Just typically because the British timing attack is quite strong against Spanish Fast Fortress. So curious to see how Mashed Potato 72 is going to be able to deal with this. It is obviously Malaysia that we're playing on. Malaysia having water, having two separate ponds, and each pond having quite a few whales in it. So potentially could see a bit of a water boom going on here. Mr. Mashed Potato 72 now picking up 90 food. We'll take a look at his opponent, see what his opponent's up to. Obviously, playing on the British. Opponent doesn't seem to be doing too much yet. Maybe hasn't even really got a cow. So did he grab a treasure? Let's have a look. He grabbed a 20 XP and 20 coin treasure. So the opponent just finding the smaller treasures. Now getting the misplaced basket of mangoes worth 40 food as well. No real hurting. Or no real, whatchamacalls yet. No real, sorry, I'm having a blank here. No yaks yet, okay? We're looking for the yaks on this map. Yaks do spawn. Take a look at Mashed Potato 72. Mashed Potato's already got 3 water buffalo that have spawned. Now taking this 65 coin treasure, beginning it. Obviously taking out that food treasure earlier as well. Mashed Potato now sending in the 3 settlers. We'll take a look at his deck. Okay. The deck name is called Bangers and Mash, so very, very cute Mashed Potato. And this is this is the most disgusting deck I have ever seen. Look at this. Okay, so you've got all of these Age 1 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Age 1 cards, like, and the 3 settlers. You've also got the chest of 300. Why does he have the 300 wood, 300 coin in his deck? I actually thought Mashed Potato was quite a high-rated player, but I guess not, because I know that the guy that he's playing against, Chevy, is quite a good player. I think he's about 1600, 1700 rating. So quite a decent player. But Mashed Potato now picking up the Explorer of Chevy. Looks like he's going to be probably losing this dog here. A bit of a tussle now happening over the Tiger treasure. There's a little bit of coin left on it. We'll zoom in, see how close we can get it. Okay, he's going down for the crack shot. Let's see, Mashed Potato doesn't actually... Mashed Potato did go for it, but he's got the snare, so he doesn't really mind. He's lost the treasure, but he has killed the Explorer, and his dog actually survived. So El Paso lives to see another day, keeping that one alive. Going to be able to do more scouting with that. Probably get a little bit of DPS out onto Treasure Guardians as well. So not a bad pickup for Mashed Potato as well. Mashed Potato opting to go up with the 16 Villager Age Up. I don't know if I'd advise the 16 Villager Age Up. I mean, you've got enough food now to age up. Mashed Potato, why aren't you aging up? So you should have been aging up at the 15 villager mark. That's typically what you'd be doing. But anyway, let's go check in on Chevy. We'll see what he's up to. He's up with the governor, now moving all of his villagers over to wood. Take a look at his deck. He's got 1v1 sea, so he's got... Interestingly, he doesn't have schooners. So I've noticed a lot of players just not opting for schooners in the early game. It's a big investment to get schooners. So nice water deck, though. All right, let's take a look back at Mashed Potato. Mashed Potato does now have the age up in queue and going up with the Logistician. Oh, okay, this 100% explains why he's going for this. Okay, so Logistician is going to give him an extra 200 food, an extra 100 wood, and an extra 100 coin from his Age 1 shipments. Okay, so an extra 400 resources. So when you've got infinite crates, it's essentially infinite 700 resource shipment. Now keep in mind, it's 200 food. It's not really as good as, 200 wood or 200 coin, but it's not bad. And the other thing is that in the most recent patch, the Logistician was actually changed. So it used to deliver the crates to your TC. So you'd have to actually send villagers over, gather them from the town center. But you don't have to do that anymore. It delivers them directly into your inventory. And so with that, so he's actually got another shipment. I wonder if he's going to be looking to time this. Oh, he is. He's timing it perfectly. Okay, so the trick is you have to wait for the green to pass the eye. Once the green passes the eye, then you can send your first shipment and it will arrive. Oh, he actually cancelled. He was going to do 300 wood. Now he's doing schooners. So going for a water beam and dropping down a dock as well. Looks like he's actually sent a villager up here to the north as well. So going to be doing a little bit of cheeky boat booming on both sides. I'm a big fan of this. I do like it. Got plenty of wood in the bank as well. Now, keep in mind, when his schooners arrives, he's actually going to have a whole bunch of wood. We'll take a look and see what Chevy's up to. So Chevy now sending his outpost wagon to the middle of the map. Probably going to be putting on a bit of pressure. Doesn't look like there's any villagers that are moving out to drop a forward racks. No one really in position, but going to be able to secure a lot of hunts here, even potentially this coin mine. We actually just got a glimpse of Mashed Potatoes Explorer there arriving. Now we've got schooners about to come in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Watch the resources. Boom, look at that. Just straight in to his bank account. You know, doesn't have to wait. You know, it's not like a credit card where you're going to give it a couple days. This thing is instant, baby. It's like cryptocurrency. Just smash bang into the account. So a lot of villagers on wood here. He's got the 2 docks up. Looks like he's going to be going for a 3rd dock as well, moving the settler over. Mashed Potato 72 definitely doing work. Now sending the 300 wood behind this. Now keep in mind, this is 300 wood, but watch the resources. Ready? 500. It literally instantly drops 400 wood into his account because he's got that logistician bonus. Look, you can see adds to your inventory. 400 wood, 200 food, 100 coin. A really, really nice change here. Definitely feels good when you are playing it, and that is happening. Okay, we've now got some meta houses going out. Do we have a racks up yet? Don't have any racks up yet from Chevy, so he's definitely playing a little bit more on the economic front. Sending 700 wood as his first card. Curious that he's not going for a barracks this early. Probably could potentially be doing a sea boom himself. I guess Mashed Potato 72 does know that. A little bit of a score lead out for Chevy already. Take a look back at Mashed Potato. Mashed Potato now sending in Fish Market. Now, keep in mind, when you're sending in these Age 1 cards, they actually arrive faster as well. So not only do you get these extra resources, watch, ready, see this coin right here? He's making muskets. This is going to be supplementing his muskets. Ready, 3, 2, 1, boom, 100 coin. That's enough for 4 musketeers. Okay, but not only do you get that extra resources, you get, on top of that, you get a faster shipment. So the shipment arrives in 20 seconds. It's the Age 1 shipments only. Age 2, Age 3, Age 4, they're all still the same amount, so 40 seconds. But Age 1 is 20 seconds. So it really is quite quick. So really cool to see. Mashed Potato 72 is just, I'm so impressed with this strategy already. It's a very nice build order that he's got because, you know, typically you'd be going for Rendering Plant as your first card. Or not your first card, but you wouldn't be going for Fish Market. But there's only 5% of difference. And when you consider that Fish Market arrives faster and you get the 400 resources from it, it actually is quite good. And also going Economic Theory now as well. I don't know if I agree with Economic Theory. Oh, you know what? It comes 20 seconds faster. And on top of that, you get those resources. And I guess what he's doing is he's leveraging the logistician in the early game to invest in his economy. But at the same time, he's getting a huge amount of resources in. Look at this. He's not having any trouble making batches of musketeers. Look at how many resources he gets from that. That is ridiculous. That is incredible. We're at 6 minutes in. He's got 30 villagers, so not too bad. He's getting up there. Let's take a look and do a stock take of Chevy. Chevy's only on 30 villagers right now, so he's actually outbooming the British player. Now, Chevy has sent 600 wood instead of going for the 5 settlers, so curious to see whether Chevy's going to be pushing those out. Now dropping down the racks as well. So a little bit of a late racks, I would say, but he's dropping down meta houses, definitely slowly. No Virginia company. Hasn't really done a lot of exploring either. He's definitely got quite a bit of space to look for here. But 5 settlers now on the way. Looks like Chevy's going to be pushing in with these musketeers. Does spot some villagers here, and the musketeers moving down to the south now of Mashed Potato. Mashed Potato, is he seeing this? He might not be seeing this. I think they might be chasing each other's musketeers right now. Okay, there we go. Huge mass compared. Mashed Potato's outmassing Chevy by a mile, but look at Chevy's score. Chevy's just pulling ahead. He's got 2k score lead right now, so definitely in the lead. Got the double racks down. I'm not sure where's the second racks. There's the second racks now for Chevy. The 5 settlers coming out. Going to be on the way. You could send it to the forward outpost, but it's kind of a bit dangerous. Obviously, there's musketeers here. There's no real reason for them to be out there. And now the musketeers are going to be moving out to the outpost. It's going to be very hard for the musketeers to really be able to do any damage in here. Chevy being able to repel this quite well. And the fact that he's got double racks behind this, now up to 43 villagers as well at 7 minutes 40. So not a bad timing on his boom. Up to 160 mana population, so definitely not forgetting to build manas. Some players of the British specimen prefer not to be going too crazy on the manas, but Chevy obviously not being one of those guys. Now, I think he's dropped another mana down. There's the other mana that's being dropped down. Let's tune in back on Mashed Potato, see what he's up to. Mashed Potato up to 44 villagers now. Now, got 3 fishing boats in queue and the no villager at the moment because he is training out musketeers. I think he's a bit cognizant of the fight that Chevy may bring to him, and that definitely seems the case. Now, Chevy doesn't have any upgrades yet. Looks like a relatively even fight. We've got 23 musketeers versus 28 musketeers. But keep in mind, there's only 18 musketeers here. So the reinforcing batch of 10 coming in slowly. Now, Chevy would be aware of that, so that's why he's probably sticking to the fight when he does have the numbers. Now, getting the snare on as well. Mashed Potato doing quite well with the snare. We've got the quite a bit more settlers coming up. 50 settlers now for Mashed Potato, 45 for Chevy, so Mashed Potato has now begun to eclipse him, but take a look at the scores. Still Mashed Potato behind by about 2,000. He does have that trading post up, so it's going to be increasing his rate of shipments. He's got another shipment. What does he send from the home city? Actually opting to send rendering plant as his next card. Okay, so interesting. I guess he must be happy now with his economy and say, you know what, we're at a point. How many fishing boats does he have? He's got 27 fishing boats. Holy shit, that's a lot of fishing boats. So 10 in the North Pond, and then we've got 8 down here and 9 over here. So that is a fair amount of fishing boats. So I would expect he's probably going to be dropping down some military production buildings and really playing this one out. Definitely a bit of a more passive early game. Obviously, they've had a little bit of a tussle. We'll take a look at the fishing boats. Look how much they're gathering now. 1.21. So they've got the 1, 2 upgrades, 3 upgrades on them. Well, actually, no, rendering plant's not even in yet. But now, Chevy moving in. This is quite a decent mass. He's got 29 muskets here, so probably going to be able to push these back. It's only 22 musketeers. Now, keep in mind, he does obviously... Mashed Potato's got Minuteman if he needs to call it, but it looks like he's going to be losing this house. That's a lot of damage coming in there for Mashed Potato. Now, finally, rendering plant arriving. Minuteman being called. Looks like there's going to be a bit of an engagement, but the engagement falling back now. Chevy just not wanting to necessarily engage, but just kind of play around with him. Just, you know, give him a little bit of poke on the way back. But it looks like some of the musketeers are going to be potentially getting picked off here by Mashed Potato. Doing the right thing. He's got 26 muskets out now. With those 6 Minutemen as well, you really don't want to fight with those Minutemen around. They are like veteran musketeers. They're very, very strong. But once the health trickles down to 0 or to 1, he's going to be in a much better position. 57 villages at the moment. Let's take a look at the village. 1.41 food a second. Let's go have a look at Chevy, see what he's up to. 1.41 food a second. Compare that to this, 1.09. That is huge. Even though right now you look at that village account and you see 53 villages at 10 minutes and 57 over here, the truth is these villages are worth a lot more than a single villager. Like you look at this villager, this is just a hunting dog villager, 0.92. This is like 1.5 villages. That's incredible. That's a huge amount of villages. But villages don't matter right now because we've got musketeers pushing in. 35 musketeers. They've got the HP upgrade. Also got the 6 longbowmen. We don't have the attack upgrade in the deck at the moment for Chevy. Hasn't opted for it this time. But if we take a look, we see that the musket mass now beginning to dwindle down for Mashed Potato. So Chevy definitely getting a bit of an advantage here. I don't think Mashed Potato should be fighting this one. I was about to say Musket Potato. I don't think Mashed Potato should really be taking this fight. He's losing a lot of units here. I don't know if this is the best. And blocking himself in with the the water buffalo. Oh, he's actually tasked them out this way. Is he trying to block the opponent's musketeers? Is that what he's doing? It's a bit strange. I don't know what he's actually got planned here. It looks like he might actually be macroing for an age up. But I'm not sure if you're aware, Mashed Potato, there's a whole bunch of units in your base right now, buddy. You're going to need to probably deal with this sooner rather than later, mate, because that is a lot of muskets. How many units is that? That's 32 muskets and 6 longbowmen. So I definitely think at this point, the game is looking pretty close to over. Chevy is doing quite well. Huge mass, 37 and 6 now with the Explorer still in there. Town Center just putting out a bit of fire. Chevy not really committing at this point. I definitely think he could. He's got a 3k score lead, so definitely got the huge advantage here. And for whatever reason, just not committing. I guess he respects that the reinforcements are going to keep coming in. If we take a look at this, we've got 20 musketeers. And I guess one of the things, like, sure, he could be sieging down this town center, but you've got to keep in mind that if there's musketeers constantly reinforcing from these military buildings, it looks like there's hussars coming in as well. It's going to be difficult for him to take that. I definitely think he probably could have been sieging in here, but obviously playing it safe. Now we've got the age up in queue going up with the Adventurer. So that's going to be providing, if I remember correctly, the crossbows. And now we've got more hussars coming out, more muskets coming out, so pretty significant mass of muskets, and still training fishing boats as well. You hear that sound? That sound is a beautiful sound. That's the sound of the fishing boats being trained. I'm curious to see if Mashed Potato is actually going to be able to hold here. I think he might be in a relatively good spot, because his mass is now like at a point where it's able to compete with Chevy, and I guess we find out, because Chevy's coming back in for round 63. We've got 41 muskets and the 5 longbows. Chevy in a position now, looks like he's sending 700 coin, probably going to be macroing towards an age up, dropping down 2 docks of his own. He hasn't sent any of the fishing upgrades, because obviously not having any fishing boats, but now going to be sieging down this town center, a good choice. Muskets on the back line for Mashed Potato. They're looking pretty strong. That's a formidable mass, 34 musketeers. Now keep in mind, he doesn't have any musketeer upgrades available to him. British muskets are quite strong in the second age, because they do have access to those double upgrades. But with Mashed Potato here, he's got crossbows actually about to pop out. On top of that, he shipped the 7 Rodoleros from the home city, and he's got the 2 hussars that he's trained. He's got another batch of hussars, so plenty of units coming out right now. Musketeers heading into hand combat, fighting up against the Rodoleros. Not a wise choice, getting snared out there. More crossbows coming in. The age up is now almost finished for Spain. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't have access to the exiled prince, so he's gonna have to take the long way up. Actually, population blocking himself at the moment. 130 population. Let's take a look at Chevy. Chevy's on 134 population, so quite an even battle. 58 or 60 villages versus 68 villages, so, you know, relatively even. Now, keep in mind, Mashed Potato also has the trading line. It doesn't look like he's got the stagecoach upgrade just yet. And despite that, a bit of a lull in the action. It looks like we're about to go for it again. He's got so many muskets, he needs 2 different control groups. There we go. He's moved them up forward now. Now we got the upgrades potentially going to be coming in for Mashed Potato. The 2 falconets are on the way. He's overpopped himself just a little bit. We've got a whole bunch of units moving out. It doesn't look like he's going to be waiting for his upgrades. To get this, he does need to be aware of his town center on 3,000 HP, so a little bit of a tough... It's definitely an interesting fight. I think that the crossbows in the back are going to be providing a lot of assistance. 21 crossbows now, so really going to be able to deal with this mass, and Chevy appreciating that he's in a difficult spot. Now we see a score swing. Mashed Potato managing to pull ahead, but now going down a little bit in score as well. Some more fishing boats being trained. We've got skirmishers being trained, as well as 5 veteran lancers, so a huge amount of lancers coming out as well. And it looks like Mashed Potato has repelled the attack for the time being. I think Mashed Potato's in quite a good spot. We've also got the veteran musketeers. He does still have 24 musketeers out on the field, and quite a significant amount of crossbows. 16 crossbows still, so maybe worth investing in the veterancy upgrade, even if you're not planning on building any more. I'm curious to see where he goes from here. Not going to send the Spanish gold first, so sending the falconets first. A pretty wise choice, I would say. He was under pressure at the time, so I think that was the correct choice. I tell you what, he's got 48 fishing boats. 48 fishing boats. That is ridiculous. That is so many fishing boats. So he's got 8 here and 10 here. So he's got 18 at the top, and then how many has he got here? He's got 22, 30 fishing boats down here in the South Pond. Now it looks like he's going to be losing this trading post to a couple of musketeers. Doesn't really look like any pressures coming out, but now pushing out with the falconets. You got to be careful here, Mashed Potato. Mashed Potato, be careful. Mashed Potato, you're not paying attention to your falconets. Oh, Mashed Potato. I think you just lose that falconet, don't you? All right. Very, very fortunate, Mashed Potato. You could have lost that falconet right there, but Chevy decided not to commit. You know what? Even if you lost that, that's probably a good choice from Chevy. If Chevy committed to that, he probably would have, you know what? I'm actually thinking that might have been a trap. Maybe Mashed Potato was setting a trap there. Because if he went in, 100% he loses all of his army. The musketeers enter melee, they snare all of these musketeers, and then he's got, you know, Chevy's got absolutely nothing. Now, if we take a look at Chevy's perspective, Chevy is up. He's going up with the bishop, okay? So that is the town center wagon, I believe. And he's going to be having veterancy. He's going to be shipping in his 2 falconets as well. So he doesn't want to be losing that many musketeers. So it kind of makes sense losing a villager now for Mashed Potato as well. Potentially, here we go. Yep, there she goes, getting shot to the back of the head. Fair few lancers now building up for Mashed Potato as well. Looks like he's hiding it and sending 300 coin. Oh my god. Okay, watch his resources. Ready? Watch how many resources he gets. Boom. 1,500 resources right now. Okay, so what happened there? So because he's got Spanish gold, okay, it delivers the 400 coin every shipment, okay? Then he's got the logistician, okay, which is an extra 400 resources on top of that. Then the 300 coin on top of that. So this adds... It's probably best... I think the 300 coin is bugged. If we look at the 300 wood, that explains it better. So you've got the 200 food, then you've got the 300 wood from the shipment with the extra 100 wood from the logistician. Then you've got 100 coin from, you know, the logistician, and then you've got 400 coin on top of it. So if we do the math right now, it's 1,100 resources instantly being deposited into your bank account. That is crazy. That is so many resources, and you can see you just clicked up to the 4th age, going up with the cavalry marshal as well. So that's something that you don't always see. That's the lancer age up. So 10, and we actually hear. So he's dropped down 3. He's got 3 stables in the back. He's going for a full lancer switch. Look at his resources right now. He is 100%. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Okay, he's going triple lancers from his racks right now. Also with the cavalry marshal. This is like a massive lancer switch right now. And look at his economy. This is ridiculous. He's got 72 villages. It's at 15 minutes right now. He is powering through. And just, you know, he's put on a little bit of hurt. He knows that Chevy's up to the 3rd age now. Chevy's probably going to be shipping in those 2 falconets. If we take a look, yeah, those 2 falconets are indeed in. There they are, coming up now. And so he's just backing off. He knows that, you know, well, I'm going up, so I don't need to fight just yet. I want the best fight possible, and that means that I need to wait for my lancers. So he's doing a really smart thing here. A bit of a fight going down on the water. It looks like the fishing boats are being attacked by the outposts in the town center. I don't know if the outpost does a whole lot of damage. I don't think it does. Definitely doesn't appear to be doing any damage towards these guys. I think it only targets fishing ships, whereas for whatever reason this one is targeting fishing. Or yeah, this doesn't target fishing ships, but this one does. I don't know what the mechanics are there. Now hitting the 4th age, let's see what he does. Oh, actually sending Cav Combat. So instead of opting for like a factory or anything like that, actually going for Cav Combat. So that's smart. I respect that. Holy shit, look at the size of that. 36 veteran Lancers right now. Oh, he's got more Lancers than his opponent's got units. And he's getting the Garachista upgrade as well. So losing out his Falconets right there. So I'm not sure if Chevy actually saw the Lancers. But if he did, he probably would have just resigned at that point, because that was an awful lot of Lancers. The Culverins do have quite a fair bit of line of sight on it. We see knocking down the tree as well, that cannonball just rolling back. So Mashed Potato losing both of the Falconets, but now we've got the fight beginning to break out. The veteran Lancers moving in. Do they have the Garachista upgrade? Garachista upgrade just coming in right now. So many Garachistas. Holy shit. That is a lot of Garachistas. Now, they just, look at them just poking on top now. Keep in mind, they've got Cav Combat and they've got the Garachista upgrade. Just absolutely destroying the army of Chevy right now. Mashed Potato just turning Chevy into absolute gravy right now. This is just, I don't think there's any two ways about it. This is 100% GG at this point, and good game indeed. Wow. What a game. Fellas, I hope you enjoyed it. Mashed Potato 72 putting on an amazing show right there. Let's go take a look just quickly at the end graphs. I want to have a look at the resources gathered. This was a British boom that we're up against right here. Incredible. Look at the size of that boom. God, 13,000 at 10 minutes and just over booming. We have a look at the village account as well. Wow, look at the size of that boom right there. We'll take a quick look at the military unit population. Military unit population, wow, not even close. Look at these. Some of these fights are just pretty incredible. Like you really see Mashed Potato losing out a lot of units here. It doesn't even look like Chevy lost anything. You know, barely losing any units. All right, fellas. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the game. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.